Welcome to Eat, Sleep, Cycle in Girona. So we've had to come here to convert our bicycle. So you need a bicycle, you need a boost motor kit, which is the wheel and the battery pack, and we're going to be putting it onto this bike. Turn the bike upside down and take the rear wheel off. So if you've got a bike with a Sturmey Archer hub, then we'll undo the Sturmey Archer speed adjuster. There we go. For this bike, we're going to cable tie this off to the frame so it can be turned back to a 6-speed bike later if we want to. Right, this is the non-drive side, so again we can just undo the main nut. So here's the tyre magically moved onto the new wheel. We'll take off the main nut and the half nut from the drive side, and also take off the nut from the non-drive side. And drop this into the frame. Now this has actually that's fitted in absolutely beautifully. No need to particularly pull the frame open. It's dropped straight in. Just need to get it past the brakes. Just push it a bit, wiggle it. One trick we can do is put a spanner on the axle. Just wiggle it a bit left and right so that removes any excess paint. This side, there's a small gap between the motor and the chainstay on the non-drive side. Some frames are closer on this gap than others, so we provide washers that you can put onto the axle if you need to move the frame out a little bit and create more of a gap here. So first we put the half nut back on. Literally there shouldn't be any adjustment required to the frame. We don't want to put too much tension on this because we don't want to squash the stainless steel half washer. So it's just enough to nip that tight. You don't want to be feeling that you're forcing that washer in. Then next we put the chain tensioner on. This should sit, the nut should sit in the recess of the chain tensioner. You can see there's a slight recess in it there. And that will fit on exactly as it did previously. We'll get that just located there, and then put the big nut over the top of it. Now the big nut's only holding on the chain tensioner, so again, it's biting onto plastic, so it doesn't need to be particularly tight. And then we put the chain tensioner over as usual. So that's now set up. So here's the battery pack. This contains the battery, go for about 30 kilometers. So first thing is we'll loosen the two bottom nuts. These don't need to come out because the rear plate just slides away from the bottom two. And then remove the top bolt. And we provide this little Torx Allen key. There will be some chemical that makes the threads quite stiff. That's deliberate to stop these bolts falling out. So take that out. That then comes away. So we'll take the battery pack. That then is placed in there. Should be flush with space for the cables. We'll put the back plate, slide that into there, and then put the top bolt back into position. Then we can also do the other two up a little bit, but they don't need to be particularly tight, so they're not going to fall out. Right, that's now in position, nice and firmly attached to the bike. So we can open it back up again, and we will spin the bike up and over. Now with this, you need to line up the very small arrow that's on the two sides of the connector. So you can see there's an arrow on the controller side, an arrow on the motor side. Put those together, and we supply some cable ties. You can just put these, make everything away. And there we go. That's a boosted folding bicycle. I think we should take it out for a ride.
It's good. It's rapid. There's the controller like that talks to the motor and the battery pack. Yeah. And it charges there, and then the hub. And all cable tied, the Sturmy Arc just disconnected.
It's a really neat system, isn't it? Yeah. It's way more.
Adds 2.5 kilos.
Yeah, it's amazing. I think it's lighter than the Brompton.
If you're in Girona, come to Eat Sleep Cycles.